The folks over at Banggood sent me a new little gadget to try. This time it's a 500 milliwatt FM stereo transmitter. Right up my alley. I said, yes, I'll try this one out. We're going to test it. We're going to check it out for power. We're going to check it out for sound quality. We're going to take it apart and look at it and see how this one performs. And I have a feeling this one's going to be a keeper. Let's check this one out. I received a white box in the mail. I wonder what's in this white box. Let's open it up together and see what goods I received. Inside here, there's a bag, one of those shipping bags that they never bothered to seal. What's inside here? Another box. What do we have? We have an FM transmitter. This is a low power. It's powered by USB-C. It's a low power FM transmitter. Comes with an antenna, and these would have a range of a couple hundred feet. I think the power output on this one is 500 milliwatts, if I'm not mistaken. And you just plug your audio source in and broadcast it to an FM radio. So that is exactly what we are going to do. We're going to set it up. I'm going to plug it into power, and we're going to power this thing up and see how it sounds. See if it is actually stereo. It should be. We'll play some music from my phone, and we'll tune it in on the radio. And then I'm going to take it apart, and we're going to take a look inside it. This came from Banggood for those interested. And it's I'm thinking what I'm going to probably use this thing for is I'm currently running a low power that I built years ago. And it's in the milliwatt range. I think it's 100 milliwatts of power. I don't run any type of power. I just use it basically to rebroadcast a local FM station that is not receivable very well in my neck of the woods, but they do broadcast on the internet. So I pick up their internet feed and I feed it into my little low power transmitter, which is 10 megahertz below their broadcast frequency. They're on 98.3, and I put them on 88.3, basically so I can just listen to them around the house. And that's what I listen to here in the shop and so forth. So I figured this might improve the range a little bit, because the power that it's running right now is so low that it barely gets past the property line. So I figure if this one here will just give me a little bit more power, I won't have quite as much static on my radios. So I was offered it to try out, and here it is. And we're going to try it out, and that's probably what it's going to end up being used for once I get it set up. Just looking for a power adapter here. I know I've got some around here somewhere. That's a USB. Yeah, that'll work. That one will work. We'll put the antenna up. I doubt very much whether I will be using this antenna. I will probably be using a little bit bigger antenna than this one. Have a dipole that I cut to the right frequency, so that's likely where it's going to end up being. We're going to plug it in and see what happens when it turns on. Right now it's on 84.3, which is not where we want it. So we're going to just dial this thing up. I take it that's how we do it. How low will it go? It'll probably go right down to like 76. Yeah, don't know the frequency response, but this is definitely outside of the broadcast band here. Oh, power level. You can change your power level too. It's got 10 power level steps. So I got to click it one at a time to get this thing to where I want it to be. 88.3. That's where I'm going to put it. Okay, let's see whether I can pick it up on my radio first of all. That sounds like it right there. That sounds like the signal from it. It's already stronger than my existing one. If I unplug this, I should hear the other one that's running. Although this should be stronger because right next to the receiver, but there it is. So hopefully it's going to sound good, and it's going to transmit a better signal than the one I've currently got. Let's hook it up to some music. We'll play some tunes through it. All right, I got some royalty-free music from Music Bakery playing here. Let's crank the volume up and see how it sounds. It sounds pretty good so far. I do have an adapter so I can connect this up to a bigger antenna too, which I will do. I will hook this up to a bigger antenna. But yeah, it's an FM transmitter, up to 500 milliwatts, so you can turn it down and be legal. This is designed for things like drive-ins and churches and other events where you want to broadcast audio, and people can pick it up on a radio. But that's it. I mean, there's not a heck of a lot to show on this thing. You adjust the frequency by just tuning the frequency, and if you press and hold, now power level. If you press and hold the down arrow, it switches the frequency to 1 megahertz steps instead of 0.1. Power level 1 is pretty low because the 100 milliwatts or so of power that I'm transmitting on my other transmitter is actually overpowering this. But if I turn it up, capture effect, it clobbers it. So there is 10 power settings. That way we can prove that, because I dialed it down and the other signal came through. That is the unit. I think we're going to pop this thing apart now and see what makes it tick. There shouldn't be much in here. One IC and a couple transistors, I would think. But we're going to take it apart and we're going to look at it, and I'll put a link in the description for the unit itself if you're interested in buying one. One thing I found out about this screwdriver recently that I didn't really even know is that when you're turning it, the more you turn it, right, it'll start out slow, it'll go faster. You just take the front out. There it is. Front and back panels are just made up of a piece of blank PC board stock and a little metal cabinet. It's got an aluminum chassis. I would imagine this has got the aluminum or the copper foil on here. If I were to scrape that, I bet you there's the copper foil on there, which is going to obviously act as a shield. That's why they've done it like that. So it's completely shielded. This is the transmitter itself. It's just a single-sided board. Has a little display on the front, and it's basically what, 3 chips and a couple transistors and some coils and one little electrolytic cap. Do we see any numbers on here, or have they taken the numbers away? Yep, you can see it on camera. So it's a TM1621 32630F. Is it F6P6? QN8027 is the FM stereo modulator chip. I'm sure these are regulators. Maybe this is the RF output. It just says RE on it. One of these is going to be the RF out. That'll be the RF out. That one there, I believe. It's a transistor. It's going into some tank circuits and chokes, so I'm sure this one here is the RF out. Either that one or that one's one of the two is the RF output, because they're both going into coils. This is probably a regulator over here. Reset clock, TMS and ground. This is for programming it. It's got a little header on here. And that is really all there is to see on this. Little SMA connector on the back. I know some people like SMA connectors, others hate them. Looks to be well mounted, so that's good. And yeah, that's about all I can show you. I'm going to go and hook it up and hook it up to an antenna, and I'll give you the power readings too, because I have a power meter. I'll tell you what type of power it'll put out into a tuned antenna that's got a good match. So I'll check that out, and I'll let you guys know in the video here once I've got it hooked up. We'll test it out and see how it sounds, and then I can report on what the signal is, how far the signal reaches. I'm not expecting it to go more than, you know, a couple blocks, if that, because I'm not gonna crank the power up. I just want this so that I can listen to the local station that isn't powerful enough to make it to here. Well, you can hear it, but it's very, very noisy. So I'm going to use this just so that I can boost up the signal a bit. Help the local station out. It goes back in like that, and then the cover back on the front. I'll throw the screws in, and I'm going to hook it up, and we'll finish this up once I get it connected. Alright, so there's cranked up to maximum power. It looks to be about 600 milliwatts of power is what it's capable of putting out on the maximum output, and when you dial it down, it goes down to, well, less than, well, I'll show you. Here's the power level. That's the low setting. You see, turning it down. So it can go very low. But on maximum power, I was getting about 600 milliwatts. And it sounds good. That's what's playing through right now. We'll just turn it down a bit. There's better. Anyway, I'm just playing 98.3 wave out of Vancouver, just because I can't pick it up off air. So I pick it up. I pick it up from the internet and rebroadcast it on my little low power unit. That way I can hear it around the house and when I'm out in the yard. Anyway, that's about it. I'm going to throw a link in the description. I say there's the lower power settings, and when I cranked it up full, that was maximum power that I was able to get out of the unit. Thanks for watching. I'll throw a link in the description. We'll catch you in the next one. Bye.